Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It's been a long time since I released something and I'm happy to be back. I know I don't get enough attention on my videos and it kinda discouraged me, but maybe things will change. However, I really like to release videos and show you my opinions. Remember, they are opinions. It's okay if you agree or disagree with them, but respectfully. Since this channel has no place for negativity or hate. But like the video says, it's not in the standard way of having opinions, so they are going to be a bit heated. Also, I hope y'all don't mind the robot voice. Without further introduction, let's get started. Weird title, but let me explain. SM idols don't feel like they are musicians or performers enough. Like half of them are either for the fame due to their visuals or for the acting. I acknowledge that a lot of their idols are great singers and dancers, but I'm talking about a percentage, like I said, half of them. Most SM actors are idols. A lot of their girl group idols are not that strong at dancing. People will come at me for a lot of what I'm saying, especially of how aggressive SM fans are. SM strategy in casting people from the streets has been a way of discovering great idols as well as idols who are just a pretty face. Like when I see some of their idols performing, it feels like they can't wait to be out here. They either struggle with choreography or stage presence, and if you are a bad singer, don't worry, you will just become a rapper and have no lines. Apart from NCT Mark, all of their rappers are there because that's the position they were assigned to. Like they are becoming idols for fun. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but it makes their careers forced, and it doesn't help that SM is the most company that cares about visuals, especially KBS. Also, they lack swag, I'd say, especially for their girl groups. Like they lack power in their dance and stage presence and crisp in their vocals. It feels very stiff. They are given songs all the time. They all look like idol life is too much for them. Like instead of being a musician/performer, let me be an actor. Instead, it's the easy path and it doesn't require much from me, and that's fine because I have the visual and the beauty standard to back me up. See, being an idol isn't an easy job, but you choose what you signed for. Especially when they are under a big company producing hits left and right, getting them big gigs nobody can dream of. Idols aren't just musicians or performers like everybody thinks they are. Being an idol is a mix of a lot of things, like modeling, acting, singing, etc., and most importantly, the visual and personality. But it doesn't feel genuine when someone is being 100% awkward on stage or wants to be the next Seulgi, because really they strike as we couldn't care less, and not in a good way. We are just here today to sing and dance until we break up or go on a hiatus, like how SM describes it. And you can see how little music or power we get from former SM idols. A lot of them don't continue doing music. Only a couple of idols from each group feel genuinely interested in being a musician, but the exceptions are not the standard. This opinion doesn't apply to every SM idol or to discredit that they have the best vocal technique in the industry. But I guess SM embodies the idol system and idea the most. This is why their idols have the most and worst sasaengs, and their Asian industry is the strongest. K-pop fans are always obsessed with an underdog story. They are fed off on the whole victim mentality. Like idols who went to war, experienced the most awful things if they came last in line distribution or even had little lines. They love that feeling of being special and not being like other K-pop fans, as if they are standing for the right thing or standing that member. CLC was that kind of group, since a lot of things weren't given to them, and when you see how their junior group suppressed them, it's nothing but frustrating. CLC were mismanaged, and that's a fact that cannot be denied. Cube did hold them back, and the girls aren't here to be blamed for things that were out of their hand. But CLC wasn't all of that. They weren't the perfect group and there was nothing significant about them. While yes, it was partially Cube Entertainment fault. You can't blame people for sleeping on them when there's nothing they can wake up to. There's always Beyonce in a group, whether it's the most charismatic, talented member or the member that the company promotes and pushes her in the front. CLC never had that, and half of the members weren't special or in your face. No attention grabbing. They look like any other idol and that's it. The other half, however, didn't get much of a chance. If they pushed Yeeun as the next Hyuna or Seungyeon as the dance machine or the next Hyolan, the group's status might have been elevated. But Cube never did. Maybe they were going through rough times due to their dumb decisions, but after the huge success Gidle made, I feel like there's no excuse. Maybe CLC didn't have a Soojin or Yeeun to back them up, but they deserved a chance to be pushed and given opportunities. Sorn being an influencer kind of helped the group, but I don't think it was enough, because being a YouTuber and a K-pop idol are two different things. It gave some hype to CLC and a lot to Sorn. But that's what the problem is, CLC never felt like that group. Like that artists who release hit songs that can be huge but they don't have a fandom, you might not even know their name, and they kinda live off of their record label promoting them. I feel that could have been CLC's case. They have bangers and they absolutely slayed it, but nothing to make you stay or be hyped for them. Like I said, half of the members aren't that interesting. You might be asking yourself who's who, and the other half. One of them is really just an influencer, and nothing is extraordinary in her image or her talents, like what is her strength being a YouTuber. And the other two, which are like a sad case, never got a chance to shine, and it's such a shame because Yeeun is one of the best dancers in K-pop and Yeeun could have been one of the best rappers even though she already is, but her potential was put on the side. CLC was just messy, and Kpop never took advantage of anything for them. They did them dirty. Not riding on the globalization of K-pop because sorry not sorry, a lot of people are aware of CLC because of that. Not riding on Yeeun hybe from her Good Girl show, really they could have given her a lot. CLC were not a perfect group, maybe they could have been if they were given more support and a clear direction. But when it comes to concepts, it plays on both bridges. Visuals or styles, well, like many other groups. Significant members, well there's no answer to it. They could have used Asia to their side because of their members' different ethnicities, but they didn't. To give to their credit, they had charisma and style which not many girl groups can pull while doing girl crush or badass concepts. Their case highlights the importance of a decent company and basic management as well as the group's star. It makes a lot of difference. It's sad about how their careers were managed, but it seems some of them are moving forward and having some success. If only their individualities were capitalized on and had more different activities, they could have been like Gidle, or at least 4-minute. Anyways, Kpop is getting their karma for mismanaging and abandoning their idols. They don't feel like they are put together anymore as a company. Like, for example, JYP, you are connecting their idols together, and see a lot of interactions and moments. As for Kpop, it's going downhill there. They need some serious businessmen as soon as possible. You wake up one day and ta-da-da, and the fans were able to slide hybe and call it Big Four. Like what does hybe have except for BTS, which I understand they are the biggest K-pop group and their influence is no joke. But wait a minute, hybe isn't BTS, it's many other companies under it, since they bought other companies. Therefore, these companies and their idols have become under hybe, their legacy and groups are now part of hybe. Being a big company isn't only about how big your group is, but how much influence and industry change they have. The Big Three has been in the industry before even BTS members were born. They aren't big because of their groundbreaking idols, but because of their legacy. If you are going to talk about one company, they don't just have one famous idol, neither are they new success. That's the problem with hybe and its policies, with first feeding on many companies eating it to be part of their empire. To finally be a worthy big company, not because of BTS or Text No, but because of their many other idols under it and the big companies they have. And the enormous amount of groups they produce makes the industry oversaturated and eventually it's hybe to die. Hybe stans have always been toxic because they never dare to criticize the company and act like it's the best company when it comes to treating or managing their groups, an act started by BTS fans. Hybe doesn't deserve to be one of the Big Four, it gives a major new money vibes. The Big Three will always be the Big Three until something in the future actually happens that makes things change. Big Three defined the K-pop industry either with SM making the idol system, or JYP popularizing it with Wonder Girls, or YG with Big Bang making what K-pop is today. BTS are making their walks and succeeding because of what these old companies made. That a lot of hybe stans see as evil, but they are who made K-pop. Without them, this industry or BTS wouldn't exist. Having Pleiades under hybe gives them major legacy points, but it's not something they made but bought. The Big Three don't represent fame but history, and they have been maintaining their position for a long time. Even if one day they weren't able to, their legacy will never be forgiven. Maybe in a couple of years, if K-pop is still alive, hybe can actually come close to them. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And tell me your opinions and what you think, and if you have any video ideas or discussions to be made, I would gladly like to take it. See you soon. Bye.